Welcome back, or welcome for the very first time. You made it to the end of the day. And whatever that day looked like, I'm so glad you're here. I'm Meredith Loudon, and I help people get rid of insomnia for good. And this is part of my Wind Down for Sleep playlist. For tonight's wind down, I'm going to help you make peace with your day and let your inner critic take the night off. We're going to explore one simple truth that today unfolded exactly as it was meant to, and that you did enough. And if you like this wind down and want to dive deeper into my approach to healing insomnia naturally, I have a free masterclass linked right below this video that you can watch later. You know that thing that the mind does where it starts running through your whole day, trying to process everything, trying to pick apart what you didn't finish, what you could have done better, or what you have going on for tomorrow. I used to do this all the time, and it really contributed to my insomnia. My brain would basically put me on trial every night, and I was always guilty. You didn't get as much done as you wanted. Why did you say it like that? You could have handled that better. And it was so exhausting listening to those thoughts. So tonight, I just want to sit with you for a bit and offer you a different perspective, because I genuinely believe that you did enough today. I know the overachiever part of you might be rolling its eyes right now and saying, sure, that sounds nice. But by the end of this, I will have you believing it. So just get cozy. We're just going to hang out. We're going to decompress, and we're going to let that inner critic take the night off. Here's something that I've come to really believe over the years. The version of you that showed up today, that was your best, even if it doesn't feel like it. Because your best isn't some fixed, perfect standard that you either hit or you miss. Your best is dynamic. It shifts depending on how you slept, what's going on in your life, what were you dealing with today, who were you dealing with. And today you showed up with whatever you had the capacity for. That's it. And that's all that matters. That is enough. Think about it this way. Would you hold your phone to the same standard every day? I'm looking for my phone. Would you hold your phone to the same standard every day, regardless of the percentage that it had? Would you be like, why are you only giving me 40% right now? No, you would charge your phone because it's not at 100%. That's normal. You wouldn't expect it to be any other way. That inner critic voice has just become more of a default operating mode. Most of us are really good at beating ourselves up and not so good at cutting ourselves some slack. And that imbalance, that is what keeps the mind spinning at night and the body anxious. So tonight we're going to practice tipping the scales the other way. So let's just take a second to actually acknowledge what you did do today. Not the stuff you didn't do, not the imaginary perfect version of what your day should have looked like, but the truth of what actually happened. You got through it. You navigated your day, no matter what it looked like. Maybe it was a hard day. Maybe it was a boring day. Or maybe it was overall pretty normal. Or maybe it had some unexpected twists and turns. In all of those scenarios, the same truth applies, which is, here you are. You're still here in the present moment. You got through it. And that's enough. That is more than enough. Even if today felt totally unproductive, that's totally valid. One of the biggest things I've learned on my journey to get rid of both insomnia and anxiety is to trust in the flow of my life, to trust in the timing, to trust that whatever happened today was exactly how it was meant to be, even if I did absolutely nothing. That's what my mind and body needed in that moment to reset. It's just harder to consciously recognize that nothing is still a form of moving forward. Because here's the thing. We are so quick to nitpick our failures. Failures, nothing's actually a failure. It's just something you learned. And we're so slow to celebrate our wins. And that imbalance is what is exhausting so many of us. It's part of why your mind never feels settled, why your body doesn't feel at ease. So for tonight, we're going to flip it. So to start off, just take a breath with me and say to yourself, I lived my life today. I showed up. Whatever I did or didn't do, that is exactly the way it was supposed to be. That was enough. So now I want you to try something fun with me. So I'd invite you to close your eyes or just take a deep breath and, soften your gaze wherever you are. And I want you to bring to mind one moment from today. It doesn't have to be a significant moment, just whatever naturally floats up to your mind. If there was a hard moment, that's actually a pretty good one to start with. Maybe there was a moment where you felt stressed or frustrated or just like you could have done better. So whatever it is, just let one moment come to you. And now I want you to zoom out, like you're watching it happen in front of you. So you can see yourself in that moment, whatever you were doing, whatever you were feeling. Maybe you were rushing around. Maybe you were overthinking something. Maybe you were being a little hard on yourself. Or maybe it was just some random thing that came to mind. And from this distance, can you just look at yourself and see how human that is? Can you see how hard you were trying? I want you to look at that version of you, stressed or serious or just doing the best with what they had, and just notice how adorable are they? How they're just out there navigating life, doing their thing. Look how cute you are. Look how silly and hilarious you are. There you are, being human, feeling human emotions, doing human things. So just take a moment now and just smile as you see yourself in that moment. And now I want you to shift to something more mundane from today. Something super normal. Maybe you see yourself washing the dishes or making breakfast or taking your makeup off or walking your dog or just sitting on the couch scrolling on your phone. Just existing, just being a person, doing ordinary things. Look at them, look at you, look at that person, just living your little life. How beautiful is that? So now in your mind, I want you to send love to that person. You could even imagine that you're walking over to them and giving them a hug, or just smile at them as you send love out from your heart towards them. I find this helps if you put an actual smile on your face. So smile and appreciate them exactly as they are. They are perfect in that moment. There's nothing that needs to be changed about them. And now with your eyes still closed, I want you to zoom out again. I want you to zoom out even further, like you're floating above the day. And you're looking down at the day like it was a little movie. You're just watching yourself move through all of it. The rushed parts, the slow parts, the messy parts, the ordinary parts. And from up here, you can see something that you couldn't see when you were inside it. You were doing your best the whole time. You were navigating. You were a person doing their thing in a complicated world. And from up here, it's kind of beautiful, actually. Just a human doing their best, getting through the day. So go ahead and take a slow breath in, take a slow inhale. And as you exhale, let that feeling of compassion rain down over you. All you have to do is receive it. And this rain of compassion, as it continues to rain down upon you, I want you to gently repeat after me. I did my best today. My best was enough. I'm allowed to rest now. Tonight, I get to just be. Tonight, I am enough. Let those words settle into your body. Enough isn't a destination that you have to reach. It's a truth you already are. What if you came into this world already being enough, and everything you do is just an expression of that? That would mean that a day where you checked off every single item on your to-do list and a day where you barely got out of bed are both equally valid expressions of a person who is inherently enough. What would it feel like to go to sleep tonight knowing that nothing was left undone? Not because you did everything you wanted, but because you were never incomplete to begin with. Just breathe into that for a moment. What would that feel like to already be enough? To have already done enough? To let today be complete and perfect exactly as it was. So just rest in that feeling. Let your body feel heavy. And right now, as you place your hands on your heart, remember the truth of who you really are. You did enough today. You are enough tonight. And you are exactly in the right place. If you'd like to keep this calm going a little bit longer, there is a whole playlist of wind down videos just like this one. You can play the next one next, right after this, and stay here a little bit longer with me.